turn off the tunes, enough of that. Let's get straight into the action. Fraz giving a casual Colt. He's calling him out for MVP here, so let's switch over to him as he's been mentioned and see how this first hard point unfolds. So it looks as though number 7 Pope will be the only man going mid, as everyone else goes straight over towards this P1. And Colt, the man under the magnifying glass at the moment, is on the hill currently, does have help, but Pyxlz does manage to pick off one and managed 3 straight drops straight away there from from Loyalty. King's Rebel doing a good job, but Celix is doing a good job just staying up on the hill, and King's Rebel haven't really capitalised on the kills there. You would anticipate a push, but they do now have Pyxlz once again on the hill. Dave is going to chal it, and he does manage to pick him off. Does get traded out by Paddy though, who is just looking over that P1 with the Krig, but Loyalty are going to soak up what looks to be the remaining time here. King's Rebel are just going to stand their ground and try and hold, but Colt does get a nice opening kill into the hill. He will be met with Paddy though, with some nice shots there, picking off Domo. And now here comes the chow from Loyalty. One does drop in Dave. Colt does manage to get the pick, and Colt with a really nice 2-piece actually there. You can see why he's got his fanboys in the chat. Doing a good job currently, 3-1, now on a 3 streak. There is a flank coming through though. Number 8 Pyxlz has managed to get his way to money, but Dave does a good job there just to shut him down. Colt trying to chow the gunfight in the back and does manage to take out Paddy, sorry, but Dave picks up Pope as well, and now Loyalty do have rotations for this P2, and King's Rebel need to try and pick this up a little bit here because they have only got 2 seconds on the hill. They are going to stack this front here. Celix picking up 2, not quite able to pick up the 3rd. Paddy doing a good job though, does manage to pick up a couple of players, but it looks as though, unless Pyxlz goes here, which he's not able to do, the remaining time looks as though it will go in favour of Loyalty. CM though is here around the hill. They've got to be careful not to overextend too far because they will want those spawns for P3. So we should start seeing the plays rotate through. So there will be a bit of a foot race here as Celix is going to opt to go in through Art and see if he can pick off anyone up here. And he's got some good time in there onto CM who picks him off there. Paddy is laying down in the hill. Oh, and he does check the corner there. Nice shoulder peek there from Celix. Not able to pick up the kill though. But his teammates are starting to come around the back. But Pope doing a really good job holding the angle over towards bedroom, picking off a couple of players. And King's Rebel will look to form the most time they've really had so far in this current game mode. And, Colt dropping outside the hill. Pyxlz there heating up with a nice 2-piece. And now King's Rebel looking to use this hill to get back into the game. And oof, I thought Celix was going to turn and burn then, not quite able to. But now here comes the contest in through, but Loyalty not able to break currently. King's Rebel still doing a really good job here, and it looks as though they're going to bun it off and rotate as Pyxlz manages to mop up the last 2 players around that P3 hill. So Loyalty will be set up here for basketball. Not an easy one to hold. To break into. A very easy one to hold in terms of some of the other hills, but they do manage to pick off one over towards this laundry side. But you can see now 3 going down towards mid, a couple going down towards water steps, and there will be a gunfight over towards this kitchen side, but Colt is able to win it onto Pyxlz, so they do stagger the push now. 2 drop from King's Rebel. And Pope just trying to stay alive here in and around Tiki. Is he going to be able to pick off another one because Dave has picked off CM? They have got a couple here, but they've got to be careful of the shots for money, but some nice shots there, and a couple of entry kills enable them to get in and around the hill now. King's Rebel almost put the ammo back down there, did Pope. They've got to be careful because they will need help over towards this step side. So a couple of Loyalty players are now looking to try and push through, and I thought Pyxlz was going to get the gunny there, but he does manage to pick off the kill. And King's Rebel are now clawing this one back. What was a very one-sided start is now bringing back to even, and you don't normally see that red dot sight there. But first for everything. So let's see if King's Rebel can pick off a couple here going into this P5 hill. So Paddy manages to make the entry nade. Domo does trade out. Colt manages to pick up another as well. So Loyalty looking a lot better now on this hill as they look to try and regain that comfortable lead that they had at the start. Pope though on a 5 streak. We will stay on board with him, see if he can push himself. He doesn't have streaks equipped though, unfortunately. So let's see how many he can pick up. Colt though does drop Pope in and around the hill, and now here comes the pinch from Loyalty, and a couple drop. Dave doing a good job there with the SMG, picking up 2. CM though does gun him over here from ring. Let's see if he can make those kills count. King's Rebel once again back in the hill. And you can see now the lads on Loyalty are looking to try and rotate for new. And number 3, Celix, in around Laundry. And I think he's just seen CM and he should pick up the kill. Yeah, so nice position in there from him. Pope, though, does trade out Celix. Paddy manages to pick up one as well. But Colt does a good job over on this P1 hill in the second rotation. And it is a very even game at the moment. King's Rebel have really picked up the pace now, finding their feet here. And let's see how they opt to break this P1 if they can. Colt is the man on the hill soaking up the time, but he does drop. And there's a big gunfight in the back there as Dave manages to pick off one, picks off two, and now his team do have the spawns for new. Oh, and wow, what a stick that was from Domo. He does manage to catch a knife in the neck for his troubles as well, but absolute Kobe there to pick off one of the King's Rebel players. And now let's see if they can hold this side. Loyalty, they've got to be careful because now 3 do drop from that side. They are still spawning out for P2 though, which is good for them, and there are some gunfights going towards middle map. Colt not able to win one, and Dave just put a couple of bullets into his teammate's head for good measure. And now the entry is going to be here. Number 6, Paddy, is in and around the hill. He's not able to make the entry kill. And now Loyalty do have control early on in this. I need to change the let's do it from the last series. There you go, cool. But 3 drop there from Loyalty. They are still spawning out the back though, as the final man does get traded out. And you can see number 7 now, Pope, is opting for a flank here. Is he going to pick up one? He is going to pick up one onto Domo, and his teammate is here in the back with him. And also some potential team shots coming through, but Loyalty do hold strong once again. A big gunfight goes in the way of Celix, so he will secure the remaining scrap time. Although number 8, Pyxlz, has managed to get a spawn out the back here, and I don't know if they're going to read this. So he does manage to pick off one, and it looks as though King's Rebel will get the scrap time because of it. So it's quite unfortunate. Oh, but as soon as I say that now, I've jinxed it again, and Loyalty have now spawned out the back. So good play if Pyxlz can secure this. And now they have managed to pick off a couple of players on the rotation with some trades. Pope alongside Paddy have managed to get in position now. Now you can see those white arrows of Loyalty trying to go through Jim. A couple of players, but it looks as though the flank might come through. Number 8, Pyxlz, has done a good job coming around the back. Picks off one, picks off two. Nice play from him. And it looks as though Celix is going to be the last man to try and get in around the hill, but he gets gunned on the cross. So King's Rebel doing well on this P3 again. And they do have everyone set up as CM manages to pick off one, so that will stagger the push. Now some shots are going down over towards Jim. Pyxlz. Here comes the push from all the players. How many is he going to be able to get? 1, 2. Is he going to get a third? Oh, Diamatti in hand, not quite able to. But he does enough to stop and stagger that push once again from Loyalty. And now King's Rebel, with the scrap time, will go over that 200 point mark. And they need a very solid hold here, do Loyalty. But number 6, Paddy, he is in the back now. And he is going to get... Oh, he's not opting to take the shots here. So this might benefit him. Some gunfights are going down towards the front of the hill. But Colt picks up 2. And now his teammates have spawned in the back. So they're not going to anticipate this. The pinch is in. If they can get from bedroom quick enough, but it looks as though both of them will drop, both Paddy and CM. So some nice play there from Loyalty, clearing them out the back. They are in the hill. Celix going massive there in the hill, doing a really good job to keep his team's hopes alive here in this hard point. They can't win off of this Loyalty, but King's Rebel will surely not want to give up too much time from it. Going into that P5. So let's see. Celix just holding down the front here, and it looks as though the chow will come through from Paddy. He does opt to chow, but just sitting on the heady. Celix doing a good job here, and he has got teammate Dave just watching from money, not able to pick anyone up off the cross though. Does weaken a couple of players, and Celix doing a good job just keeping his head down at the moment, but he does finally go down. Only 8 seconds remaining though on the scrap time, so King's Rebel, they will take... Oh, and there's an ammo box down, which I'm pretty sure is a GA. But we'll continue on. Let's see what the... just make sure what the guys are using. We've got 2 trophies. We've got 4 trophies on the side of Loyalty, so I don't really know how that's going to unfold. But we do continue on now as we do go into P5. And Domo does manage to pick off one in the hill, in and around the hill. Pyxlz, nice team shots there. And the trades that look as though they're going to come through here for Loyalty, and they do. So number 7, Pope, is the last man near the hill. I think they will just get there with just enough time. Pyxlz, the contestant, will come through. But Celix does a good job to manage to pick him off there. Help is coming through, but they've got to be careful now. Kings Rebel, because Loyalty are starting to rack up a bit of time here, and they have managed to secure the point once again. So with only 5 seconds left, they need to push in, Loyalty. Here comes the push. And CM manages to pick off one. Dave, with the team shots, picks off another. Big gunfight, and it does go in favour, so he will rotate over back to P1. And Kings Rebel, they only need a couple of seconds. The contest comes through. Celix wins the gunfight, wins 2 as well. And it's coming right down to the wire now. Celix doing a really good job staying alive. Manages to pick off Pope. You can see the red arrows of Kings Rebel are flooding through now. They only need 1 more second, and it looks as though they will secure it. So Kings Rebel there, doing a good job on that hard point. Just seeing that one out, 250 to 242, but a very competitive first map. So we'll sort out the old score. Let's hope this one is a round 11. And Lorcan with the follow. Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. I think it's Lorcan. Lorcan. Apologies if that's been butchered. But let's see how Loyalty opt to set up on defense here. So it will be a very quick water push from Kings Rebel. They're not messing around. It looks as though number 4, Pyxlz, though, has just slightly hesitated a little bit. They've got to be careful if they are going to push this this A point, maybe to try and be a little bit quicker, because you can see now the information has come through. Domo hasn't seen anyone. Pyxlz manages to tag up a player, and it looks as though the flank is going to come in here. Dave does manage to pick him off the bomb, and now all the remaining players from Kings Rebels over towards that bedroom side, so the trade won't come in from them, as Domo manages to pick up a second onto CM. So some nice early picks, and now just like that, Pope in the opening round, left in a 1v4. He's being wary of the flank. Nice shots there onto Celix. The chow will come through though, but unfortunately he will get shot in the side. So Loyalty doing a good job there to take that opening round. Some nice shots there from Colt with the SMG in Tiki. So let's see if Loyalty differ here on the attack. So it looks as though they're going to opt to go for this B site. Number 2, Paddy, is going to be the man to try and stop a couple of players, as they are going to push up here. Does well to get away with his life though, and he does get the first blood. Pyxlz picks up another as well, and a really quick flank here from Pyxlz. I think he went straight through mid, and he's come all the way around the back of ring. And now Colt is the man left alive, and a really quick round there from Kings Rebel, replying with one of their own. Frad says boom. Yeah, really nice flank here from Pyxlz. Picks off 1, picks off 2, and then able to get the kill onto Colt for the 3rd. Really nice play from him. And a very quick adaptation there from Kings Rebel, realising where the push was. And they made Loyalty pay that. So let's see how Kings Rebel opt to do this second attacking round, if they maybe go for the water push again, or whether they opt to switch it up and go over to B. And it looks as though they will go B now. So there are a few players going towards middle. Number 2 here. Paddy is going to be the man to potentially stop anyone. They are watching the cross though. You can see Colt just jump checking over towards that ring side. And his number 4, Pyxlz, is slowly starting to creep up, but he drops as soon as I switch to him. The bomb though will get stuck. Oh no, Pyxlz gets caught on the cross. So now a 2v4. CM and Paddy. Paddy does a good job there to pick off 1, making it a 2v3 now. And the trade isn't in, so a nice free pick there for him. But now Domo with some nice shots with the trig, picks off 1. The chow comes through, he picks off 2. Good shots from him. And now Loyalty will regain their lead. 2-1 up now. So Let's see how Loyalty set up for this attack. So it looks as though CM manages to get the first blood. Colt picks off one himself. Pyxlz does a good job though, picking off one in mid, picks off two, does finally drop. But now Domo is the last man up. 1v2, and here's the infamous red dot sight, not quite able to pick the kill. So King's Rebel reply again, evening up once again to 2 rounds each. And these teams do seem very evenly matched at the moment. Some nice kills in around mid though from Pyxlz. And that 2-piece there proving pretty big for his team. Helping them secure that 4th round. So let's stay on board here with CM, who the game's opted to stick us on board with. And let's see what their attacking setup is for this one. So the nade going straight over the top towards kitchen. Doesn't look like he's going to tag anyone up though. And number 7, Domo, is going to be the man to stop any players pushing over towards B. Where the bomb's gone. And again with the old funky red dot sight. Let's see if he can pick anyone up. He does spot Pyxlz and he does manage to pick him off as well. So first blood for Loyalty. And oh, maybe a slight mishap in communication there. Just checking where his teammate was coming from. You can see number 6 now. Colt has actually managed to sneak into it, and he might be able to pick off one here. And he does. So nice job there from him. Picks off one. Pope, though, does a good job just to get out. But he is now left in a 1v3. Is he going to pick anyone off there? He is. So he is weakened up, though. The trade, is it going to come through from Dave? It looks like it might. Oh, no. Really nice shots there from Pope. And he's now in a 1v1. So he's restored a bit of hope here for King's Rebel after being originally on at 1v3. He's now up against Domo. Only 27 seconds left though, and the bomb, you can see, is stranded over towards that B laundry side. But it looks as though, oh, he might get some good timing here on Domo, and he has spotted him. Oh, but the panic shots come through. Domo knows where he is. And with 13 seconds left, and he doesn't have the bomb, he's just got to get some really fortunate COD timing here. Oh, he might actually get some. He might get some onto Domo. Oh, the shots are coming through. Nothing's connected yet. Oh, and he does. He wins the round. So King's Rebel take that one after a massive 1v3 there. And Pope doing a great job here, must be said. Just picking off the players one at a time. And Loyalty will be kicking themselves after that one. There's nobody there really to make the trade call. Look how much HP Pope was left on. Jeez. An absolute slither. So let's see how King's Rebel set up on defense here. And they have managed to gamble a few players over towards his A site. So they will run straight into all the Loyalty players who have opted to do a walk push. Pope manages to get first blood. The wallbang coming through here from CM. Does tag up a couple of players. Or you can see, though, Colt does manage to pick off the kill eventually onto Pyxlz. And you can see the bomb now is going to go down over towards B. So a nice play from Colt. Just adapting there to the setup. Domo gets a nice kill onto CM. So it is now a 2v3 for King's Rebel. Pope currently on a 5 streak. Now number 2. Paddy, is he going to be able to pick off anyone? Just checking his corners first. And Domo does manage to trade out Pope. So now Paddy, is he going to be able to replicate what his teammate did in the last round? No. So Loyalty will even it back up again to 3-3. Jesus, these both these teams very closely matched, it seems. So let's see. CM wants to set up here. Does manage to get a couple of shots in around mid-map. Doesn't get any kills though. So it is still 4 players apiece. Now Celix, he is getting straight up in the spawn of King's Rebel. And the players are just all over the place at the moment. There's a really big mixture of players everywhere. Is Celix going to be able to do anything with this positioning? Colt is near him and he does manage to pick off one there. Domo picks off another. So now the 2 players, Paddy and Pope, the last 2 up again in a 2v4. And they will get some control of their spawn again as Loyalty just split out. But Colt, I don't think he's seen him up top bedroom. Oh, the COD timing. How have they not seen each other? Celix does pick off one. And Loyalty do manage to take that round and regain the lead now, 4-3. The ball's hair between these teams. Such a good phrase, yeah. Yeah, very close game so far. These are the best ones to cast when they're this evenly matched, 100%. So let's see. Let's go on board with Domo here. Currently 8-3, having a pretty solid game here for his team. CM still having a slightly slower game at 1-6. But they will opt to go towards this water side again. The shots are going down. Domo does get tagged up really heavily there. Only 52 HP remaining. They've got to be careful. The flank is coming round from Pyxlz, but it looks as though they might have made the read here. Number 8, Celix, is going to be in charge. Pyxlz, though, does pick off Colt. And now you can see number 5, Dave, tucking into the controller. And a nice jump check there from Pyxlz. Does manage to tag up Celix here with a bullet. Not able to make any major moves with it, though. But he has all the information that he needs. So let's see how Loyalty opt to adapt here, because they've got to try and get that flank out of the spawn, really. Because it will just be playing in the back of their mind every time they try and push up. See number 3, Pope. Oh, get some really nice angle there to pick off Celix through the statue. But Pyxlz there in the back does get the kill as anticipated, and now Domo is the last man up. The funky red dot sight still up and breathing. Let's see now if he can pick anyone off. Some nice shots there, but not able to get the kill. So King's Rebel will even it up once again, and it's now 4-4. Even Stevens once again. So, let's see how King's Rebel take this attacking round. Will be a B push. Number 7, Domo, is going to be the man again with the Krig. Trying to keep an eye on players, and he does spot them. So, you can see the adaptation now from Dave in and around mid. Just checking in and around Zig if he can get anyone. And you can see number 4 here. Pyxlz has just managed to catch Domo out completely there. Pushing all the way up into laundry. He's got to be careful not to lose the bomb in a similar awkward position. I believe it was King's Rebel that did that last time. And let's see now. And now a 2v4 for Dave and Celix. The bomb is being stuck. So now here comes the move. Dave does a good peek. Oh, wow. And just opts to run straight into the bullets there of Paddy. So now Celix 1v4. There's the first kill. So it makes it a lot easier for him. You can see number 4, Pyxlz, is just holding that corner. So you feel it's inevitable that when he jumps out, he will go straight into his line of sight. And is he going to be able to pick off Paddy here? The gunshot's coming through. He tags up a few players, but no. So King's Rebel now 1 round away from taking this game 2. And putting them up 2-0 up in the series. 39 GB. He's gassing up the Loyalty, boys. So Loyalty now they can't afford to drop another round, and it will be a B push from them. So let's see if the aggression into Pyxlz pays off. No, it looks as though he will drop straight away. So first blood in favour of Loyalty, which is what they wanted. Colt manages to do so. Trophy is down. And Celix manages to get some nice shots onto Pope, picking him off as well over towards water steps. But they do manage to check the bomb and hold it. CM does a good job there, picking off a kill. And oh, is he just going to get away with his life? He is. And he's just, oh, that's a very bold reach out. Oh, the trophy there, saving his bacon. There's that nade. Dave there does manage to pick him off. So Loyalty will even it up once again. And as anticipated, we will see a round 11. Nothing between these two teams at the moment. There's some really nice shots here from Celix across water steps. Don't usually see that with a 74U. So now King's Rebel will be the team attacking. And let's see how they choose to do this one. So it will be a water push. But I think every team that's done a water push has lost the round because of the hesitation. You can see number 6, Colt, He wants none of that. He's out straight away. Does manage to get away with his life. He's got to be careful not to get caught on the cross. But number 4, Pyxlz, is getting really aggressive. And Dave manages to get the first blood onto Paddy and Zig. So a really big first blood. And the bomb will be stuck. I'm not sure if Domo can see this. So the bomb is down. And Pyxlz is just holding this water side. So let's see if he can pick someone off. Does manage to tag up Colt. Not able to get the kill. And now the collapse is going to start coming through from Loyalty. Domo has managed to get over towards the bomb. Oh, and I don't know if they're checking this. Dave is just going to be a pain in the arse up top, but 2 drop. Oh, he's sticking the bomb. Is anyone going to check it? Number 4. Oh, he's spotted Celix instead, so I think he's got the defuse. Oh, Loyalty managed to take that one because the King's Rebel players just opted not to check the bomb. And they will take that round 11, and they will be kicking themselves for that. So, let's see how Loyalty opt for this first attacking round. Looks as though they're going to stack over towards middle and over towards green. So, number 5, CM, will have his work cut out from here. Manages to pick off one, and all the players now flying at him as he does drop. So now, those red arrows of King's Rebel, you can see them rotating around, adapting. And here come the entry kills. Let's see if they can pick anyone off. And Dave, oh no, not able to get shot there. His teammates doing the good job, just holding down those lanes. So now here comes the chow from Paddy, not able to pick anyone off though. So Loyalty still on the point. The contest comes through from CM though as he picks off 1. Picks off 2 in Dave, not quite able to get the 3-piece. But Loyalty, they're still throwing players at this at the moment. Not opting, but Colt doing a good job there, shutting down Paddy. And now they will secure this A point, so the harder point to capture, it must be said. Doing a really good job there. Celix now on a 5 streak, doing a really good job, and he does now have his artillery after capturing the point. He's just going to opt to go round the back and get any potential team kills here. Is he going to pick off any in the back? Oh no, he just hesitates between the 2 players. So 3 drop, 4 drop now for Loyalty. That's a much better hold from King's Rebel. I think Celix will be kicking himself a little bit there. Was just a couple of points off of his missile. Unfortunately not able to get the kill. Just had so many players to pick from. Didn't know who to go for. Dave, though, does drop in around mid-map. Colt drops as well. And King's Rebel starting to get a bit of momentum now. Domo, though, does manage to pick off Pyxlz, who was just pushed up. And on board with the funky red dot sight of Domo. Let's see if he can pick anyone off. A couple of players in and around lights. CM, though, wins a big gunfight in mid. It doesn't look as though it's going to get traded out either. Celix there manages to pick off Paddy. He does get traded out. Domo, though, replies with a trade onto Pope. You can see right underneath caution here, Colt does pick off CM. Now, Pyxlz is the last man near the hill. Oh no, Pope is there as well. Pope does pick off 1, but the trade comes through. So the life count's still relatively close, and the ticks are starting to come through here. But Paddy shuts down 1 player in Colt. And he's just doing a good job here, just playing his life. I think he's got stunts on though, so looks as though the guys aren't too fussed with the GAs at the moment, with these 2 teams. So the game will go on though. And Colt managing to pick off CM and regain a bit more map control now. Can King's Rebel. And Paddy just doing a good job staying away from the Semtex. And he, really big chow there, manages to pick off 1. So it wasn't an easy job just to pick off 1 there. And Pyxlz does a good job coming out of vent, picking off Dave. So now 10 lives, plays 11. Loyalty. Just look as though they're going to wait for their teammates. But Pyxlz playing a really sneaky position. Picks off 1. Domo, though, does a good job trading him out. You can see Celix now going to go towards top green. Nice shots there to take CM out of that power position there in top green. And now you can see the players of Loyalty are going to try and push up and get more aggressive. The nade comes through, tags up Domo. And 2 drop on the side of Loyalty. 3 drop now, as it is now 5 lives v9. So it is almost bordering an S&D with only 1 extra life remaining. And as soon as I say that, now everyone has to play their life properly. Only 1 left per person. Dave drops, so it is now 3v9. Can Colt do anything with it? No. So now Celix and Domo, the last two alive. 14 seconds left. The aggression coming through from King's Rebel. Celix does manage to pick off one. Shots coming through. Looks as though Domo will get killed here, and he does go down. Celix does trade him out. So Celix with a nice two-piece, but is he going to be able to get to the hill? I don't think he is. And King's Rebel will take the opening round in the control. Nice play here from Celix, shutting down a couple of players that were just trying to push him out of spawn. But unfortunately, just not quite enough to get back onto the point and stop that timer. He still would have had a hard job. I think it was still a 1v5, I think, but you never know. So let's switch over to King's Rebel and see how they choose to attack here. So it looks as though they'll do a similar approach here. Over towards green. And let's see if Celix can do a better job here. Just holding this lane. He doesn't. So two drops straight away. And now King's Rebel aren't messing around. They're getting straight on this point. Trophies are down. Setting up. But the white arrows of loyalty are coming through thick and fast from green. Paddy's going to do a good job here just to try and stay alive. And he drops. CM does trade out Dave though. And the artillery is coming through now. I don't think they managed to pick anyone up though. Domo managing to pick off one. So they have only got one tick over towards this A side. Have King's Rebel. Paddy doing a good job there. Picking a kill over towards lights. Let's see if they can start getting some movements in terms of ticks here. King's Rebel. They have managed to clear out Domo over towards that A site. So they will double stack it again. And the B time is coming through as well. So as Paddy picks up one onto Celix, the Loyalty Esports players, they have to try and commit to a point. And they're just staggering at the moment. Our Loyalty, they've got to be careful because they need to pick a site and they're not going to get over to A in time. So that will go down. And now Pyxlz though does get taken off the B point. So they have managed to secure that, but it's not an easy point to hold here. Domo just getting a bit more aggressive over towards mid-map. And Paddy manages to pick off one. So Pyxlz and Pope are on the hill. And the ticks are coming through. Celix though with a really nice two-piece. Not quite able to get the third. And still two players on the hill, sorry. So I think it was only the one he managed to pick off. I think his teammate picked off another. And King's Rebel will take a second round here on the offense. And they are looking, pardon the pun, much more in control here. Pyxlz doing a good job here, shutting down players. Celix there was coming in with a big flank. But he did a good job alongside Pope here to pick off Domo as well and inevitably round out that second round. So, Loyalty back on the offense. Let's see if they can have more luck here than they did in that first round. And is that default? Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. So I had a brain fart there reading that. Daft old. Thank you very much for the follow, mate. Much appreciated. So now two go in the way. Make that three now of Loyalty. So they have managed to clear off a lot of players. Oh, but the flank though from Pope. Is he going to be able to pick anyone off there? He will get one onto Dave, so the tick will slow down temporarily. And there is a gunfight going over towards that light side, and they do win it. Domo does manage to trade out one. The contest is in. Come through, but Celix wins a big gunfight there. You can see those white arrows. They want this point early. Loyalty just stacking it. The nades are coming through. Dave manages to pick off one, and the team nade actually comes through. Pyxlz manages to kill his teammate there with the Semtex, so they will capture that B point. And King's Rebel needs to try and hurry up and get set up here. Paddy just playing the close corner. Domo has anticipated it, but the trophy is down. And, I think Domo there, I don't know what he threw the flashbang out there, but it came straight back and hit him straight in the face. And here is Paddy, picks up two. Really nice play there from him. And Pyxlz is still having a really solid game on King's Rebel. 17 and 11, 14 objective kills as well. So he's making those kills matter. Nice entry made there from Colt as he does manage to pick off one. Just opts to go out though. Potentially might have been better if he waited just a little bit longer for his teammates to help with bait and switch, but they are on the point, and the cap is coming through. Two players currently on, Celix and Dave. are the guys to do it. And now here comes the contest. Pyxlz picks off one, picks off two, continuing his really strong start here in control. Domo manages to pick off another as well. Manages to get a nice two-piece there, does Domo actually. Colt picks up the third, so now Pyxlz is the last man in and around the hill, but he's just shutting down the players of Loyalty Esports and slamming the door in their face. He does finally drop, though. And now here comes the push. Oh, I think Dave might have got some good timing here if he can push through Brick. There is no one currently watching it, and he does manage to pick Paddy off. And now, I don't know if he's going to hear him. Does manage to pick off another, and the ticks are coming through now. The lives as well. Kings Rebel, they've got to be careful, but Pyxlz doing all his best, picking off two, picking off three. Really nice play from him. Does finally drop, and now a big 1v1 will go over in the hill. And you can see Paddy just holding his angle, waiting for his team as CM manages to pick off Dave. Colt does manage to pick off Paddy. Domo is still in the hill, but he drops as well. So Kings Rebel, they do only have 7 lives, but they do have the oh, wow. Okay, nice shots there from Dave, just turning around and frying Pope. He just opted to dip out there. Now it is 5 lives versus 11. So Kings Rebel will have to hold very strong here. They are managing to get set up. Got to be careful though of the flank. You can see number 1 Colt is coming around the back, and he picks off CM around the back. Pyxlz does manage to trade him out, but the trade's going back and forth, and now only 3 lives on the side of Kings Rebel. CM manages to pick off one though, and he is on the point, is Pyxlz. So he's stopped any sort of cap coming through, but he will be the man to try and stop the players. All the shots going back and forth. Does manage to pick him off though. Celix manages to trade him off the points, and now CM, the last man, he does drop as well. So Loyalty will claw a round back to make it 2-1 in this control. And here's Celix just getting aggressive over towards Ven. He manages to pick off Pope here. So now Kings Rebel back on the attack. Now Pyxlz still not slowing down. 25 objective kills out of the 27. So he's been in and around the action pretty much all game. 27 and 15, sorry. A really solid game. Paddy, slightly slower start, but they are still in the lead at the moment, so I'm sure they won't be too worried. And Pyxlz isn't messing around. He's on that objective again. The trophy is set up. Is Riddler? Hang on, I know that name. Chrissy Talbot, how you doing, mate? Thank you for the follow. Now one does drop. Pyxlz manages to get the kill over towards the point. The ticks are coming through now as they opt to double stack it. And now it looks as though Loyalty are just going to bun off this B point. But oh, some good timing here on number 6 Dave as he manages to pick up a couple. So that push over towards A will be stopped by Loyalty temporarily. You see the red arrows now regrouping for a second one. Celix is in quite an awkward position over here, and he manages, oh, not quite able to pick up one. Should manage to pick off Pyxlz though. He does manage to do it eventually. And he's also having a very solid game on the side of Loyalty, 26 and 14. But Pope manages to pick him off there as he tries to reposition. So Kings Rebel still opting for that opening to get over towards A. It is the harder of the 2 points to capture. And currently a stalemate. You can see Pyxlz now is trying to get in and around the back, and he will see the shots of Celix, so he does manage to pick him off. It looks as though he's going to try and get a few spawn kills, but he has been spotted by Colt, so nice play from him to get him out of the back. And the CM is still around here, but Loyalty do trade them out again. So some nice defensive holds here from Loyalty. And they need this round here to try and keep their Game 3 hopes alive. Pyxlz, once again, the man providing the kills on Kings Rebel, 31 and 19. Still not slowing down, but Colt and Celix managing to pick 3 off of the side of Kings Rebel. So once again, that push has been stopped. And I don't know how many more of these Kings Rebel have got left, because they've only got 50 seconds. And Loyalty look as though they're locked into position. Colt on a 4th streak currently for the side of Loyalty. Pope manages to pick Celix off in the back. So they are going to get a bit more map control over towards the spawn. Let's see if Pope can make it count. He is coming around the back. And, oh, I don't think Celix saw him yet. Oh, but Celix wins a big gunfight in the back there. Just to stop the potential spawn kills. Colt manages to pick off CM, who just opted to go through bricks there. And now the chow from Paddy is a solo one. He will drop as well to the team shots. King's Rebel, they've got to be careful here. Not to just start pushing this one at a time. The nade comes through, though. So it looks as though number 7 Pope, alongside CM, are going to be the players to try and stop the time up. Domo just sitting on satellite. Really difficult position to get him off of. But now they are. Oh, they're just on the point with 1.4 seconds left. CM now tries to get in. Not able to do it. And Loyalty will even it up now. 2 rounds apiece. And as the trend of this series continues, it will go right down to the wire in a deciding round here in map 3 control. So it will be King's Rebel on the attack. And Pyxlz with 31 objective kills. The man doesn't know anywhere else apart from the hill. And it looks as though it will be an A push fast here from King's Rebel. But Loyalty, they have read it and they have stacked over towards this side. So it should pay off for them if they can just get the kills they need to. But Domo does drop straight away. Dave is trying to hold it alongside Celix. So Celix doing a really good job there, picking up 3. Is he going to... Oh, gets the 4th as well. So a clean team wipe there from him with the help of Dave just being the bait. And King's Rebel back to the drawing board. And they will go over towards B now, as Loyalty are just stacking over towards this this A side. Saying that Colt does manage to transfer over towards middle map and pick one off. CM does drop. Celix manages to pick another up as well, so they do now have a 5 live advantage, Loyalty. And they are holding this well. Number 6 Pyxlz is in the back and on the hill. The Lion Gerbil, what a name. Thank you for the follow, mate. Much appreciated. Now, Dave. All the Loyalty players still set up, so King's Rebel, they should get this tick through. Loyalty just opting to do what they did in the previous round. And just hold from A. It's a really difficult hill to break, is that A1. So the tick will come through for King's Rebel. Now let's see if Paddy can make the play here. Oh, I'm not sure if he spotted the gun of Colt, I believe. ACJW with the follow as well. Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. Colt manages to pick off one in Paddy. CM trades him back. Dave, though, does pick one before he gets traded. And now King's Rebel are on the hill. And the tick's coming through, but the artillery has been called in, I assume, from Celix, who's currently on a 7 streak. So he does manage to get the player off the hill. And that could be a huge play from him, just stopping that push. Oh, and wow, Pope ran straight out into the centre of that artillery shell, catching that one on his head. But CM has managed to get up in towards his position over in the spawn. He's got to be careful not to push it too quickly, though, because he will start spawning players out. And I assume he wants to just try and spawn kill here. Number 1 Colt. Oh, is he going to get caught out? No. And Celix is there for the team shot, so he does drop in the back. Does make him pay for the hesitation there. And it is 23 lives, played 14 now. So King's Rebel have to be efficient with them. But they are really struggling to even get anywhere near this hill. As Loyalty have it on lockdown. Domo, once again on that satellite, locking it down with the Krig, doing a really good job. And now it is 10 lives in favour of Loyalty. Celix 38 and 19 on a 9 streak. But as soon as I switch to him, commentator's curse, he does finally drop. But Colt picks up 1, picks up 2 there onto CM, not able to pick off the 3rd. So they will be on the hill. But once again, Celix opting to use those streaks to get those guys off the hill. Is he going to be able to direct it? Oof, and he does. And he manages to take out 2 players there, one of which his own teammate. And now King's Rebel down to their last 7 lives. They are still on the point, though. Number 6 Pyxlz is the man on the objective. That's not a shock there, as he's now managed to push 34 objective kills. But Celix going absolutely massive in this control. 41 and 20. And it looks as though he's been a bit of a game changer here for Loyalty, as Colt manages to pick off 2. Dave manages to pick off the 3rd. And Loyalty Esports will take this game 3 and go 2-1 up, sorry, in the series now. Please work. Right. Is everyone in? Yes. Hallelujah. Everyone's in, guys. Map 4 hardpoint finally underway. So let's see how both teams opt to set up for this P1. Looks as though Kings Rebel currently have quite a split stack at the moment. A couple of players going in and around mid. One towards top green. CM does drop. Celix manages to pick him off, and Domo manages to pick one off as well. So some nice shots there from Domo. And now Loyalty Esports will be in and around the hill. But you can see number 3 Celix being a thorn in their side, just stopping them pushing as a team. And it looks as though the damage is already done. But no one currently on the hill from Loyalty. Oh, they are now. Dave and Colt, both players, stacking it. But the pinch has come through. The split spawn for CM. And he does manage to pick off 2. Does finally drop. But now here comes the Chow. Oh, nice shots there from Colt, managing to pick off Pyxlz there. Celix picks up a 2-piece himself as well. And Colt currently on a 3 streak. As we will go towards the rotation for this P2. Number 6 Pope is going to be the man to try and stop any players pushing through top green. Does manage to tag up Dave, but the team shots there from Colt do a good job. And now they just need to try and clear Dave off, so it's much better there from Kings Rebel. And they are now in pole position to get some good time on this P2. Domo trying to get a couple of picks before he makes the entry. Does manage to pick off Paddy. You can see number 1 Colt is going all the way around the back. Let's see if he can catch any players out. Number 6 Pope is currently watching back alley. And let's see if he sniffs out anything. Pyxlz still on the hill, so the time is still going in favour of Kings Rebel, but he does get dropped. 2 drop now. CM is the last man alive over towards the back, and he will have a big gunfight here against Dave if he can win it, and he does manage to do it. So Chow now coming through. Paddy picks off a nice kill himself as well. His first one of the game. Pope still yet to get his first one. Kings Rebel with the good rotation and hold of spawns have managed to even this one up, and it looks as though they will get the remaining scrap time. Some gunfights now going over towards mid. But Loyalty Esports, they are already set up out the back here. Number 1 Colt just playing all the way around the back of this this box. He's got to be careful not to get seen. I think number 5 CM has seen him, and he does drop him straight away. Some nice shots onto Domo as well. Really nice kills there from him as he extends his streak out to 6. And just playing those back spawns to see if he can pick off to make it 7. He is closing in on that artillery and that cruise missile now. And his players just baiting for him, pushing across. Colt has managed to get towards the back though. Currently no one on the hill. Everyone just prioritising those spawns, but now number 4 Dave does opt to hop the hill. Colt is just slowly working his way around the back, but he does finally get stopped in his tracks. CM still on this streak for what feels like an eternity. Manages to pick off 1 there, so he does secure the artillery as it is an objective kill, getting a few more points for it. And now 3 on the hill for Kings Rebel. And they have now pulled this game back and put it in their favour. Some gunshots going over towards the back. You can see the arrows of loyalty. They're trying to get ready and set up here for this P4. Up and floating. As you guys know, it's not an easy point to hit, point to hold. But CM there with some really nice shots, picking off 2. On a 10 streak now. Man's absolutely tearing through loyalty. Just trying to stay alive on the hill. Collapse will slowly come through though. But, oh, I don't know if he spotted the player there. So he's now on an 11 streak. CM does not slow it down. Is he going to get the 12? Oh, not quite. The team shots might come through, though. Manages to pick off another. That's 12. Let's see how far he can go here. 13 now is CM. Absolutely frying with this SMG. You've got to give it to him. Can he make it 14? Come on. Let's have another. Oh, there's the 14th. He is being hunted. Oh, and the streak finally ends to a Semtex. A really good job there from him, and that streak has now helped his team accumulate a 50-point lead in this hard point, as we will go over towards P5. Kings Rebel are in and around the back. They've got a couple of players set up, but as soon as I say that, CM gets ripped straight off that tank heady. Pyxlz picks off 1 as well into Domo, and now here come the streaks. Not easy to use on Garrison, and it looks as though they won't pick anyone up with the cruise missile. Some shots there from Celix. Does manage to finally get the kill though. Take mag GA. Yeah, mate. There's a lot of GA stuff that's not involved in this. Like Loyalty are using 4 trophies, but then I think Kings Rebel have got a stun grenade for someone on their team as well. Yeah, they have. CM's got a stun grenade, I think. There's Pyxlz got one. Or is that a flashbang, or am I tripping? Oh no, yeah. Sorry, Paddy there. He's got the stun as well. So the GA's not really being particularly followed between these 2 teams. They're just having a good series, having a bit of a laugh. So now Paddy manages to pick off 1 in and around the hill. And Kings Rebel still 70 points up. Paddy still having a slightly slower game, but CM, that streak you can see, he's now pushed out at 18 and 5, having a really solid game. Celix having a slightly slower game here, 8 and 11, Dave 6 and 13, and alongside Domo, who's also negative, Colt, the only man positive on the side of Loyalty, as we will go into the second rotation. And now let's see how Loyalty opt to break this P1. They are stacking over towards top green. The nades are coming through, and they will clear out 2 players in towards top green. Pope picks off another. Pyxlz picks off the 4th, and that's a clean wipe for Kings Rebel. And they're doing really well here, now pushing out past 100 points. And Paddy in the contest spot, just soaking up the time. Pyxlz there, the trade's going back and forth. Paddy manages to pick off the remaining person near the hill. Number 4 though, Dave is going to try and get there to get the kill, and he does manage to do it alongside Colt. Colt though gets picked off himself. CM though does drop after managing to get that kill. And now you can see the rotation from Loyalty. They are just setting up for this next P2 on the second rotation. And they need a really good hold here, but as soon as I say that, one does drop. Pope with some nice shots. Pyxlz picks up another. And now here come the streaks. Dave picks off one. CM there just blows his buddy's limb off. Paddy there for good measure. And the streak's not very effectively used, but they are in the hill, Kings Rebel, and some nice shots from Pope. Manages to pick off one, and the help with Pyxlz picks off Celix as well. Oh, and a cheeky little pre-fire there from him. Just anticipating someone pushing through top green. But now here comes Colt trying to break the hill, and he makes a really nice set of kills there in the entry. CM does trade him out though. And, oh, Domo does pick off one, but does get taken out himself. The Kings Rebel still holding strong, and a big gunfight goes over towards the hill. And Dave needed to win that one, otherwise the scrap time looked as though it could go towards Kings Rebel. And with only 38 points required, they are playing this hard point emphatically. So let's see. CM, can he get the kill onto Colt? He does manage to pick him off. So now the last man anywhere near the hill currently is Celix. Is he going to opt to wait for his teammate? Domo gets picked off. Dave does manage to pick off another on Pope. And now here comes the collapse through tools. Can Celix manage to pick off a player here? Paddy manages to pick off one towards the front hill. Pyxlz picks off another as well. And now Kings Rebel, they are looking to round this out, as they do have the spawns, they do have the control of the hill. And Paddy is going to get chowed though. Dave with a big kill manages to get him off of it. That was a massive kill, but the reinforcements are coming through. Pyxlz trades him out. 27 and 15. He's heating up himself now. 27 and 16. Seems like whenever I switch to someone, they always seem to get taken off their streaks. But now Kings Rebel, 10 points remaining. Looks as though Dave is going to have to try and contest something while he waits for his teammate. He picks off one. The wall bang comes through. They are still on the hill. They need to get near it, Loyalty. And the contest does come through, but Kings Rebel manage to even it up. And unsurprisingly, we will go to a game 5 here. But a much more convincing hardpoint, that one from Kings Rebel, compared to the first one, which was 250 to 242. 250 to 96, very solid. And they were putting up the numbers in terms of slaying some of the Kings Rebel players. So we will go to map 5 now. But we now go into map 5 here. So let's see how Loyalty Esports opt to attack here. So Kings Rebel looks as though they're going to send a couple of players, or maybe 3 players, over towards this. So there's 2 currently watching mid. Number 7 here, Pyxlz, will be the man to run into a few of them. Picks off one, needs to try and get away with his life here. And he does a really good job of it. Now Pope slowly crawling up Eskies. Is he going to catch out Dave here? He's not. Nice kills there from him to even it out. So first blood does go in favour of Loyalty, but they do manage to even it out. And Paddy manages to pick off another one. So it is now a 2v3. Colt, though, does have the bomb. And they need to play this closely. Paddy just watching in and around mid-map, but those last remaining 2 players on the side of Loyalty need to play this together. Oh, Colt just getting tagged up a little bit there. You can see now Domo is going to try and make his move here. Oh, he's got to be careful. All the time it comes through, and now, just like that, Colt is now left in a 1v3. Those red arrows still pretty spread out, though. Let's see if he can pick one off. He should be able to get the first hit onto CM. So he manages to get the first. But he doesn't have the bomb. But Pyxlz just manages to slide to the outside of the map. Is he going to get the timing here? Is he going to check the corner? He is laying down all he thinks he's a body. And King's Rebel will take the opening round. 1-0 up now in this game 5 S&D. So let's switch over to King's Rebel and see what they opt to do for their first attacking round. So it looks as though it will be a B bomb push hit. So number 6, Pope, will be the man to try and hold down that A site. And let's see, King's Rebel, they've got to be quick though if they are going to push over to B. They need to try and get Celix out here. And oh, he's got some good timing here. And he should get the first blood there. So there's 1, there's 2. Really nice kills from him. Is he going to get the third? Not quite, but the damage is done. And now King's Rebel left in a 2v3. Oh, and it looks as though Pope's going to manage to pick one off on the rotation. So it is a 2v2. And the King's Rebel have actually managed to pull it back here. Dave now the last man up. And he's just trying to get some sort of information as to where Pyxlz is. And now the bomb will be stuck. See how Dave wants to play this. He's not able to win the gunfight, so King's Rebel now push out to 2-0 in this game 5 search and destroy. And even with the nice 2-piece there from Celix, Pyxlz here just shuts down a couple of the players himself with the 74U and does a really good job of it. Massive kill there onto Domo. So let's see how Loyalty choose to do this attacking round now. Will they mix it up or will they do what they did before and take the bomb to 8? It looks as though it will be an A push here. And they will be met by 3 players of King's Rebel, who are getting quite aggressive over towards this outer lane. But Domo manages to pick up the first blood. Nice kill. Should get traded out though, and it is. And, oh, really nice 2-piece there from Pyxlz as he's now on a 7 streak. Pope picks up Celix for the 3rd, and now Dave is the last man alive. And he should get traded out, and he does. So King's Rebel now 3-0 up, and I believe they do have the artillery and the cruise missile now in their pocket. After Pyxlz manages to pick up a few kills here. There's 1. There's 2. The Chow coming through from Colt, not able to get the kill. And I think he might have got the other kill as well. Onto, was it Dave who was the last man up? I think it was. Let's have a look. So, oh no, he hasn't quite secured the cruise missile. Does have the artillery though, and he is still on his streak. So let's see how they opt to play this one. Should probably try and bait out a teammate here just to secure that missile, as it could be a bit of a game changer here. But he is getting quite aggressive over towards this this left-hand side of the map, and he has managed to get a good position. Oh, and I don't know if Colt saw the player on the cross there, so he will get the bomb. Excuse me, he will get the bomb down, and Pyxlz now will have all of his streaks. Domo though just holding it, manages to pick off 2, and just like that, Paddy is now left in a 1v4 to try and win that 4th consecutive round for his team. You can see those arrows are hunting for him. Here they come. Picks off 1. Oh, manages to pick off 2, does Paddy. Is the trade going to come through eventually? It looks as though it will, and Colt does a good job there. So Loyalty making it slightly more difficult than it could have been. But they will notch their first round on the board. And Colt just tickling his mate. And Wavy Electric shouting out his boy Joe, saying that he's frying. Some nice shots there from Domo, picking off 1. And I believe he manages to pick up the 2nd here onto Pyxlz. He was getting quite aggressive there into lobby, must be said. So let's see how Loyalty opt for this attacking round. And it looks as though it will be a B push. So Pyxlz alongside CM will be the guys to try and stop them. And they are getting really aggressive over towards mid-map. They might manage to catch a couple of players out here. I don't think they're going to expect this. Or he's just run straight past Dave. Is he going to... Oh, wow, okay, never mind. Just turns around and gives him the gunny. So that's a nice first blood there for Pyxlz. continuing where he left off after that 7 streak, and now he's opting to use the streaks, and he's caught Domo out in mid-map over towards that street side. So good use of the streaks. Celix, though, does pick off one. Or CM trying to get the pick onto him as well. Not quite able to do so. And Colt is just opting to dip out of that B bomb site and help his teammate. It looks as though he's going to need it, because there are a couple of players in and around the back. Oh, is he going to pick off Paddy? Here he is. So now Loyalty evening it up to a 2v2. Those red arrows, though, of King's Rebel have made the read. Oh, and is Colt going to be able to get away with his life? I think he is just about. Number 5, though, at the window. Oh, has he seen him? Has CM seen him? He has, so he should get the kill. Excuse me, but Celix is there for the trade. So now Pope versus Celix. Oh, and I don't know if he's going to get the timing here. If he pushes out the back. Oh, is he going to get the timing? No, it looks as though he won't. He'll probably get shot in the back here from Pope, who does spot him going into the lobby, and he does get the kill. So King's Rebel now back up in that 3-round advantage, as they're now 4-1 up in this game 5. Some nice positioning here from Pope. Just in back police, and some nice shots there, rounding up that 5th round for his team. So stay on board with Loyalty here as they're on the defensive round. Let's see how they set up here. It looks as though they're going to send a couple through to mid. So they will bump into a couple of players if they do get aggressive. Colt is just watching the cross, though. And now 2 players underneath him are going to get aggressive over towards this plat, and it should get checked, and it will. So CM, nice first blood there alongside his teammate Pyxlz, doing a really good job. But now the trade, maybe not going to come through from Loyalty Esports as 2 drop now. So a 2v4, and Pope manages to pick up Celix as well. And King's Rebel with a very swift round there. Now 5-1 up in the S&D. 1 round away from taking this game 5. And they are looking very comfortable here. Some nice shots from Paddy with the Krig onto Domo in that final kill. So Dave, Colt and Domo all currently negative at the moment. Slightly struggling here, and they're going to need to win 5 rounds back to back to take this series now. So not easy. And a couple of players in towards mid. King's Rebel getting really aggressive, and it looks as though they're going to just fly up Esky, so they will catch a couple of players out here. Team shots coming through. CM picks up 2. Izzy gets really aggressive there. Maybe slightly over aggressive as Domo manages to pick him off. So it is now a 2v3, but the flanks come through. Pyxlz has managed to pick up Domo, and now Celix, the last man alive, in a 1v3 to keep his team's hopes alive. And he drops as well, so King's Rebel rounding out that game 5, 6-1. And a very convincing S&D from them, it must be said. So commiserations there to Loyalty Esports, who do unfortunately have